Okay, definitely the powerful ultimates are quite important as well, and both Blade Master and Dreadlord, they have it. Speaking of Dreadlord, he's crossing the map and he's ready to expand. Twisted Windows is huge, and Hitman, you know, also when you can play only one hero, like tier 2 all-in with, let's say, Blade Master Fire Lord is not going to happen, right? So killing expansion is going to be much harder.
Yeah, anything tempo-based, what you usually see with like Naga second, is not existent. Doesn't work that way. Because you don't have that second hero, which is usually the backbone of that strat when it comes from the tavern. Also, probably no Tinker, no Panda to deal with like mass air. Oh, Hitman can't type, he's muted. He's global muted on Warcraft Champion, so he can't communicate.
I mean, nobody's pausing the game, so far, let's say.
Ah, you're muted.
Well, they are recreating Tio Salamanca, so the guy that rings the bell. One pause, it means spikes. No pause means no spikes.
Yeah, it's
they're
like
establishing their own language.
Sign language, exactly. Nice to see. See, Warcraft people, they always somehow understand each other, right? I mean, Grubby was probably discussing strategies with Sky and Zakard in the 2000s without ChatGPT and Google Translate. When we went to China, we also had no translation, but it always works. And now, between Hitman and STARBUCK, there's also a very special chemistry.
Well, what would be your life without some emotions? That's pretty good. Okay, I'm checking what is going on in the game. STARBUCK is creeping nicely, and man, look at his inventory. This Dreadlord is hitting the jackpot. Sobi Mask and Pendant of Energy. A lot of mana on this guy. Hitman has planted his own tiny great hole, and man, I don't envy those headhunters. By the way, still tier 1 on the Orc, so it's kind of fast expansion as well.
Yes, sir. The question is who tears down the other base faster. We've seen solo Dreadlord by some people like Labyrinth already in the highest level of pro play.
Dreadlord, he can steal, oh no!
Not yet. No, Hitman, does he not see him? Who's faster? Here we go. Hadouken, second Sobi Mask! Second Sobi Mask! This inventory is completely out of control!
Okay, Hitman feels after seeing this, after experiencing this, like a human player on this patch, that people tell him that human is the strongest race now, Kappa. Doesn't feel that good.
That's crazy.
Another Sobi Mask experience stolen. Mamma Mia versus Dreadlord. Those games are going to be long if you play like that, and in the long game, double Sobi Mask is so good.
Yeah, from Hitman to Ripman, says the chat. And that is a cancel, of course. So much pressure. Hitman has only now scouted where the expo is with mirror image. Sent one to the right-hand side as well. Can commit now. Has to commit now. This is big damage necessary.
I like what Hitman is doing. He's like, okay, I'm not going to deal with this Dreadlord in the late game. There is absolutely no way. I'm going to all-in now. And let's see if it's going to work. The army of Undead is not that big, but Undead will have so much mana. Those Carrion Swarms are adding up. Mamma Mia! There is a storm in Ohio. This is the green. I don't know what have green effects. I hope there is no nuclear reactor there.
Yeah, let's hope for the best for the people of Ohio. I think John Moxley is from there, so maybe there is double kill with the Carrion Swarm, and there's another one here. Yeah, the opening game was very much hype between the two. It turns out it's quite a disaster. STARBUCK bringing in the Undead, the Dreadlord, and this is indeed a lot of dread for Hitman in this game.
Yeah, the problem is all of the headhunters will die. That's an issue. There are Boots of Speed on Dreadlord. He's accumulating so much mana. The longer game goes like that, the better it is. And look at items on Hitman. +8 armor. Let me tell you, this Blade Master doesn't care about this. There are 2 Spirit Towers almost ready. It means expansion will survive of Mr. STARBUCK. And man, that's definitely a little bit of RNG. This Creepjack broke Mr. Hitman dreams. And can Hitman come back somehow? He's doing a good job forcing Acolytes to run. But what is your future? STARBUCK is already on tier 2.
Yeah, what if... well, we are attacking on the way. We got the spikes as well against ghoul run-bys, which I think is pretty smart. We also have to say that some... Oh, good block. He blocks him in. He waltz him in with the ziggurat. Look at that. STARBUCK flexing. Was about to say, not every hero has a cancel, right? It's super hard to go for like cancel stuff. We do have sleep against that, but Hitman couldn't stop a staff at all in this entire game. Maybe with Raiders later, but he doesn't have to deal with that. He has to deal with Temple of the Damned Necro Wagons.
Also a good decision. Good against a lot of towers, right? Because we'll have meat wagons. And Mamma Mia versus late tech, that's also good because there'll be not that much dispel, and if Hitman doesn't scout it, he may skip the dispel in general, in full. And supply looks even right now, but remember the STARBUCK invested so much money into his tech, and soon the undead supply will explode. That's why Hitman is active on the map, that's why he feels like he has to do something about this. But so far, STARBUCK is just getting headhunter after headhunter, and man, those headhunters, I think they won't go to Ohio for vacation after what happened in this game.
I think nobody wants to go to Ohio for vacation in general.
Why?
Because there's nothing there but corn. We just looked it up.
I mean...
What do you want to go to the Corn Museum?
It's probably a big city, you know, they have something cool. They have McDonald's there. There's McDonald's, there is a party.
Yeah, party with Ronald and the Hamburglar. That's the best vacation. I gotta say though, respect to Hitman for staying in here. He still sees a win condition with a mega pimped Blade Master, and if STARBUCK was able to get these Omega items, why not Hitman as well?
Okay, Sobi Mask, ironically enough. Man, if you go to Ohio, you know what they sell in those tourist spots? The fridge magnet with a Sobi Mask icon. Because that's apparently a mascot of Ohio.
Well, maybe if it's a conservative place, maybe they don't like you showing up with a mask, but that is also something that chat has to answer to us. We get Torrent and his second try of that expo, and STARBUCK has a lot but very little vision. I wonder if it's smart to expand against Necro Wagons though.
Mr. Neo, before the Necro Wagons hit, read the chat. Mr. Safin is apparently from Ohio.
Oh, we're from Cincinnati. We have German roots here. Let's go. All of a sudden, I obviously love Ohio.
Yeah, Mr. Hitman. He's creeping, his Blade Master is getting bigger and bigger. The item, is it something good? Orb of Darkness? I mean, there is no Orb of Lightning just yet. We are going to fight skeletons with skeletons. Unfortunate timing a little bit. Expansion just finished, and Dreadnought is there with level 4. It's Sleep level 2, actually, to my surprise. When you have that much mana, why not? Hitman is like, I don't care, I'm just creeping. I'm almost on level 5. Tier 3 is ongoing. Hitman is not giving up. Maybe I was seeing the game a little bit too pessimistic colors. I don't know. Hitman is like, let's forget about this expo. Let's creep. Let's wait for dispel. And maybe he'll win this with level 6. He's one full level ahead of STARBUCK, and that's honestly his only hope for winning this.
Yeah, what we've learned from the Don't Rush Me Cup though, you want to intercept Necro Wagon players. You want to go for the wagons in transit. It would have been hilarious, by the way, if he finds a Staff of Silence and silences all the Necros and then they're standing alone. I was hoping so much for the Staff of Silence, but hey, can't get them all. No Dispel against the Sleep. Carrion Swarm goes big, but STARBUCK, he has a lot. He doesn't have a mana potion, but does he even need that with the Sobies?
This Blade Master, he's surrounded by skeletons and he's asleep with full mana. This is an absolute disaster. He's somebody that is not watching on Ohio Cup. That's him. He's missing a lot. Now we have some extra targets, but Hitman says GG. And the game is over. Mamma mia.
So,
Mamma mia. Crazy game.
Crazy game. It was definitely a unique game that you don't see every day. You don't see anywhere except here in the Ohio Cup by Mr. Savage and Yangfang. Dude, I never thought I could see something in a Warcraft game that makes me feel like that creates pity in me for Hitman. But that double Sobi Mask Pendant of Energy Dreadlord was pretty damn rough. Poor Hitman.
Playing TC Grand into Headhunter, fast level 3 TC. Man, maybe Hitman thinks that Blade Master is not good enough versus expansions and he wants something crazy. The problem with Tauren Chieftain is that he's a very, creeping hero, right? A slowly creeping hero. You go for Aura first, you have this Grand, then you take so much damage, you need to heal. You need to make early shop, but when TC gets level 3, oh boy, TC gets online. STARBUCK, he's going to expand, I'm sure. Let's go.
That is right. Should be expansion immediately as well. Some people might think STARBUCK undead. I know him as a human, I know him as an orc, but when STARBUCK started, he was an undead originally. That's how I got to know him. And then he switched away from the undead. It was sad days for the Scourge. But he gave us good battles, of course. So we go for the green first, not the instant expansion, for a handful more beetles. Expo should be safe with the skull in the inventory. And TC, he has a lot of strength. Creeping isn't one of them.
I mean, it's a slow start, but amazing late game, of course. TC at high levels with all of those mana potions for laming can be amazing. And remember, guys, this is Ohio Cup with the special rules. We can't go for a second hero. This TC is going to be the only hero. The same goes with Crippler. And yes, the slow creeping process from the orc and a very fast creeping process by the undead. With all of those summons, the creeping speed is in Mr. STARBUCK corner, and the plan is simple, just expand.
Exactly. So, we have Endurance Aura first. I wonder then, is it Stomp or Wave when he sees that it's an Expo? Against Undead, I think you should always calculate in the fact that it is an Expo. Headhunters coming. Attack upgrade as well. That is also to be expected. You want to creep as fast as possible. For that, you need damage.
Hey, mamma mia, STARBUCK went to the middle of the map and he's creeping, but the same goes for Hitman. He actually is trying to pull the mighty Sasquatch before he gets inner fire. Ice Troll Berserker is Hitman. Okay, it's like a weird build of Hitman when he stays on tier 1 forever. And I think his plan is to push on tier 1 into the Expo. That's his plan. Forget the tier 2 button. Hitman is not going to press it. Not now. What Hitman is going to do, he's going to construct a huge army. And man, I have no idea how it's going to work versus Mighty Criplord.
He can heal up. It is fragile once again. Stomp can be good. Shockwave can also be good, but both only at level 3, and he ain't there yet. Got an Acolyte scouting. Love to see that prep by STARBUCK, playing fine into springtime. And tower is up already.
Okay, and the undead army is there as well, and with that many headhunters, you can't kill the buildings. You need to go for acolytes. Is it Shockwave? Is it Stomp? Hitman is still thinking about this. Let me tell you, those headhunters, they don't enjoy ghouls and beetles around them. Hitman needs to go back, and this economic damage did nothing so far.
Yeah, he also didn't spend his skill point, doesn't invest anything at all. We got an Impale that might get the Berserker. STARBUCK looks relatively well prepared. Oh, the Beetle Deny. Look at that. STARBUCK flexing a little bit.
Yeah, but STARBUCK missed around on Ice Troll Berserker. It's the most expensive unit, right, that Hitman has. Hitman is taking right now, by the way, so he really built a big army before that. TC versus entire undead army, that's not a good idea. There is no more interesting mercs to buy, and so far Hitman is kiting back. He doesn't have an expansion, but he will get level 3 soon. I think he needs 2 beetles for that.
Maybe now only 1. Or a ghoul. That should not be that hard, but against STARBUCK everything is quite hard. These are surely two of the players that have the biggest laming potential on all of War 3 champions, maybe, on a good day. They like to punish their opponents. So far, we ain't seen any of that.
Okay, definitely Criplord is an interesting hero in the late game because, man, Impale scales, right? Level 5, Criplord versus Mass Air. That's versus Mass Ground, it's pretty good. Versus Mass Air, not that great. But then Undead can go for Gargoyles or for Fiends, right? But yes, definitely so far the power of Criplord is that he provided early expansion, but finally level 3 on Hitman. Can he creep in peace? I don't think so. Criplord is there. Criplord is looking for this Impale. So far there's a big fight for the Orc Magi, speed scrolling in. Impale connects to one monster only. Hitman, are you going to spend your mana now?
No, he didn't select the mana spender. He didn't select Stomp or Shockwave. It's still undecided.
Mama, it's like having a computer and not using it.
It's also...
Do you know anybody that doesn't use computers, like not 50 plus years old?
I don't know. I don't know
Use
any.
it!
Oh, nice deny. Also, not Aura level 2. So it's just 2 unused skill points here.
I mean, it's a little bit like with Warden, right? That you save your mana for later. By the way, Hitman got Scroll of the Beast. Interesting item if you want to push. Man, he's keeping the full mana, but at some point you need to spend it.
What the hell is that guy doing? It is fascinating. Okay. The Expo by STARBUCK is up. Tier 3 by Hitman is coming. Maybe he wants to counter-expand with the tiny Great Hall. That will still take like 2 minutes. Sparta with the big raid. Thank you very much. And
okay.
Yeah, what do we do now?
We think about the second spell for TC. You know, TC doesn't have that much intelligence points, so it takes some time for him to compute all of those important decisions. And maybe he'll make his mind at level 4.
Okay. For STARBUCK, we're gonna get Impale 2. This is not good for the Headhunters, but he also spent quite some mana on the Beetles. I wouldn't be too surprised to see Walkers with the Headhunters. I think Spirit Link is really good with them, also Dispel against Beetles. And then the potential for Tauren, but man, army for STARBUCK is not small.
There was a potential for stomps around. Okay, that stomp and Mr. Hitman is going in. This is his moment. If he loses this fight, he's in the lower bracket of Ohio Cup. We have fast heal scroll by STARBUCK. STARBUCK has the numbers. STARBUCK has the economy. This TC stomp, a little bit underwhelming. Ghouls are chasing Headhunters on the right of the screen. Okay, now Stomp connects a little bit better. But remember that the Orc player doesn't have extra base. The Orc player needs to clear another deny by Criplord.
Yeah, but the ghouls and skeletons... Okay, 1 or 2 backstab sends them back. Well done by STARBUCK here denying the XP. Level 1, 2, horrible for the TC. 3 gets a little better. 4, getting there. Level 5 is when the TC really shines. It's a long way. But an Undead without Unholy Aura, going for Fiends is really slow. And the Orc army will be fast, so maybe that's an advantage that Hitman can lean into.
Yeah, STARBUCK is rich though. He has mana potion. Used right now. He's going to chase all of those poor ground Orc units with Impale. I'm sure about it. There is so many of them. And yes, the expansion is still going, right? Tier 3 is on the way for both players. Actually, there is no big advantage for Hitman in tech. There is no advantage for Hitman in the supply count, and instead of killing the Undead Expo, Hitman is going to hide in his base. That was a good Impale, connected with almost everything, but there is no follow-up damage. So Hitman will survive, and yes, maybe this level 5 will be a game changer.
Whew. He needs it so desperately. He's facing level 2 Impale now. Headhunters hate that spell, as long as there is mana, of course. So, oh, Feta Stomp. Not great. That's what the FFA players call a stomp into nowhere, named after the player Feta, who famously couldn't land any stomps. And now, 20 years later, it's still named after him. Marvelous.
You have your legacy, so nice.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
And you sound like a very tasty type of cheese, right? This
Also
grease
true.
cheese type.
Yep,
So,
yep.
perfect. Okay, maybe the amount of bases is going to be equal now, because we have tiny great hole, but STARBUCK is there with his impales, and that was a nice impale again. Ice Troll Berserker lived a long life, but not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. He is gone, but Hitman looks like he's going to hold this. He has a lot of army, he has tier 3 Berserkers, and there is no more mana on the Mighty Criplot.
Yeah, looking pretty solid, especially in comparison to what we had before. At least there's some extra mining. Still skeletons, still fiends piercing damage. TC also kind of hurt. Who can drive the other way? We still have Stomp, mind you, and maybe with a little bit of hero focus. Cryptlord can't go for the TP. We have another Stomp after this one, I'm pretty sure, but so far a lot of units for Hitman are falling down to 32 food.
Almost double the supply for the Undead here. STARBUCK is going to clear this expo, man. This expansion didn't pay off. I'm sure about this. Level 5 Criplord is going to be there before level 5 TC, probably because the peons are going to die. And that feels bad, man, a little bit. TC is on full mana. Maybe some crazy stops can bring him back to the game. But man, this expansion needs to survive. I know that much.
Yeah, I thought so too. We get Abominations, 2 attack upgrades, level 5 TC, full mana, Impale counter. So well done. Buying so much time, doing so much damage. Fiends here to pick it up. The Beetles also a little bit of meat shield there right next to the statue. It's so annoying. Hitman only wants one thing, and it's a disgusting Criplord. Is there a chance? Oh, last second TP. The damage roll's not high enough. The Headhunter's not in high numbers. Only at 1, to be fair. We need... what do we need? I don't know what we need. A miracle.
I need a calculator, because I'm trying to calculate how many times more supply STARBUCK has than Hitman, but I'm not going to calculate anything, because it's more than 3 probably. And guys, the first round of Ohio Cup is done. STARBUCK advances in the winner bracket, while Mr. Hitman will join the loser bracket. He has still 1 more life. And man, I think he's going to think what to do versus those undeads, because there are apparently 3 undeads in this tournament.